a large part of your sales are going to be based off of replacing inferior policies. Okay. You need to know how to find the policy. You need to know what to look for. You need to know how to engage with the prospect. You need to show, not just tell them, but show them, especially if you're in person, how the policy works. Let them see the things they're unaware of. Let them get into the state of mind of frustration and anger, and then funnel that into a motivation to replace, and a motivation to get a better policy. If it is the case, it may not be the case, but either way, even if you don't replace the thing, at least you've exhibited some expertise in being able to show them what their policy is and how it works. There's plenty of benefits just in that. The fact that you can give them examples and details of how things work and show them stuff that they were unaware of. What else do we look for in the policy besides the face amount, the coverage, the name of the company? What other important aspect of the policy are we looking for? Back of every policy is a copy of the application taken at the time of sale. And that copy of the application will tell you what the agent submitted or attested to as what the client told him, as far as health, smoking, height, weight. Okay. Why do we care? Because sometimes agents lie, right? They misrepresent the truth. And so you can find out if they were honest in their representation on the application based on what the client told them. This gives you an opportunity to do what? Replace policies that never should have been placed. Okay. And yes, stuff that should not have been approved does slide through sometimes. Okay. What are some things we need to look for? And probably I'll put it in order of importance. Number one, probably the easiest to look for is the smoking question. If they're sitting there with 2 packs of cigarettes and it's not even 10 o'clock in the morning and they're smoking, working on their second pack, and they answered no to the smoking question, unless they had quit smoking at that time, which usually isn't the case, and it's answered no, then you run the risk of a situation where the client won't get a full payout of the death benefit. They were misrepresented on the plan, thus giving you the opportunity for a potential replacement. Okay. On the health questions, look through the health questions and make sure that their no's are actually true. Okay. So there have been plenty of opportunities where I've seen heart issues, COPD, oxygen use, etc. Whole host of issues that were answered no that should have been answered yes, thus uncovering an opportunity to close business and replace the inferior policies with the new one. And the last thing that probably gets cheated more often than we'd like to think is the height weight side. Some agents lower the weight by 20 pounds and then increase the height by 2 inches, right? So they can scoot in under the level maximum requirement. And I don't think that information is readily and easily available on the MIB, so it gets by a lot. So always look at what their height weight is and make sure the client can say with truthfulness that that's what they were at the time of the sale. If it's not, if it's egregiously off, then that's where you make just like if there was a question answered yes or no that should have been answered yes, you have to make the claim, and the sales pitch is, hey, if this is within the first 2 years and the client dies, the thing's not going to pay. If it's past 2 years, yes, it was wrongly done, but the client will still get a payout, full death benefit. The client can't go back and reverse their decision. They're not going to. Okay. So instead, what'll happen is that if it's within the first, especially the first year, I push hard on this. Hey, this thing isn't going to pay. You see how this all was done? The agent did this and you're at risk. Don't you agree this is a problem? And I've set them up to be like, oh my gosh, I've got to get something better. Right. And so this puts me in a position to sell them a better policy that's honestly completed. So we call this creating the need. I like to define it more as uncovering the need. Most people have needs. Sometimes they don't realize what they are because they don't realize the propensity of not being prepared, right? Or the consequences of it. So you've got to ask follow-up questions. Hey, that's congratulations. You're very smart to be on top of this. Beyond covering your funeral expenses, why would you need any more than what you got? Well, I don't know. Okay, well, let's see. A lot of people buy more than what they've got, like what you have, because they want to leave money behind. What's your thoughts of leaving money behind above and beyond what you got to a grandkid or a child or your spouse, right? And just kind of start to ask these questions to fact find. What is their interest level, right?